Right, the Marble Arch Mound, take two. I did it once just now and walked all the way up, talked to people, shot things, gave a commentary I was very happy with, and discovered at the top that I must have just caught the shutter button near the beginning, and it recorded very little, so I'm going to do it all over again. So anyway, here we are at Marble Arch, looking generally north, and if I go around, that's east, that's south, and this would be west, and this is the Mound. The staircase is made out of this slightly springy metal, so it bounces up and down a bit as you walk on it. They built the thing at the cost of £2 million and took 3 months to put up. The original plan was it was going to be a lot bigger and actually enclose Marble Arch, but people objected for fear it would damage the arch, which is a very historic thing, and so they made this shorter version, or smaller version. I don't know if it's any shorter, and the result is, of course, it's much steeper, which makes it much harder for the vegetation and limits what you can plant. And I've already warned my victim up here that I was going to come and ask exactly the same questions again. Hi! Hi there. So anyway, it's free entry in August. Yes. But currently there's none of the exhibitions that were planned to be inside, yes?
Yeah, we're still having building going on underneath, still putting up scaffolding for safety, obviously, and we're just waiting for shipping of sculptures, and obviously we're employing people for working for food industry. If people want snacks, food, whatever, once they're done after they've had the view.
So there's no food or stuff at the moment?
No, not currently, no. We're still trying to get employees in, of course, for like extra help, whatever else is needed, just good customer service. Right. Overall.
Well, very good customer service. You're putting up with me asking you this lot a second time round.
Yeah,
so thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
I deal with worse.
So
it's fine. I'm
not sure if those wings will quite help you if you fall off here, because it's a bit...
Yeah, you can make a slide out of it. It's fine.
Anyway, thank you very much. Hopefully I won't be back asking the same questions again.
It's fine.
Right, so where we are, so that's Park Lane, which is heading off south. It's most of those will be having lots of very expensive car dealerships on the far side of it. On a British monopoly board, the most expensive squares are Mayfair, which is actually behind Park Lane there, and Park Lane, which is why, you know, if you want to buy a Bentley or something, you'll find dealers and Ferraris and so on and so forth. Now over there behind all the trees is Hyde Park, and you can't really see it too much, and even when we get to the top you won't be able to see it quite so much. This junction at Marble Arch is quite entertaining to drive around usually, and it's quite entertaining to cross as a pedestrian. So you can see they put a number of trees in here. They're actually on flat bases, sort of, you know, underneath the surface, so they're not growing in the surface. There's a flat platform sort of underneath that they're actually on, in a big pot, or at least that's what they did when they put them in. And we're heading on upwards to the top. I think I already said it cost £2 million to build, and it took them 3 months to do it. That's the trouble with doing it a second time. You can't remember if you said it this time or not. But it got disappointing reviews, so somebody's left an umbrella. They're letting people in for free in August, maybe hoping to get some good PR. I certainly having been up it once, as you can probably tell from the fact I'm very slightly out of breath. And I've already been up a lot of stairs today. Oh, that's a nice tree. I can appreciate that you do get a reasonable view at the top, unlike what was sort of generally described by some of the pundits. Now, if you look down there at the fountains, which are to the west, the grassy area in front of it often has really good art installations on it, but not at the moment, it seems. Like maybe they're leaving it all to the Mound, or maybe that's where all their budget went, I don't know. But there have been lots of good things out there over the years, so hopefully they'll be back when they finish paying for this. Right, so that's looking, I mean, if north is 12 o'clock, that's looking at Edgware Road, which sort of heads off about 11 o'clock, so generally north. In front of it is the Bayswater Road, which is one of the main routes west out of London, because the rest of the motorways, other than the M4, don't come in this far, so that will connect up to the M4 eventually if you keep going down it. And the other end of Edgware Road is the A40, which I can see the overpass for, but I'm sure you can't on a wide angle lens, which eventually becomes the M40. I think people are using the umbrellas as sunshades up there. Right. So I don't know if you can see it from here, but we'll see it in just a second anyway. The way the barriers at the top work is there's sort of solid barriers up to sort of waist level, and then they've just put these wires in above that. So we'll keep going because there's only a little bit more to go, and it actually still seems to be recording this time, so it can be me trying to decide what I think I've already said but actually said last time. Okay, so here we go. This is looking sort of southwest, and I'm not sure there's that many things over there that are going to look large enough for people to really see. Alright, yes, no. I'm told you can see the dome of the Albert Hall, but I think it's behind some trees and we'll need to move along a bit. The grass is just part of Hyde Park. So if we come down here, oh, just about. If you can see the shiny bit over there, that's the dome at the top of the Albert Hall, Royal Albert Hall, and the pointy thing to the right of it, some way past the tall blocky building, is the Albert Memorial. Let me try and get out of here without walking into too many people. We've done Park Road, so if we come over here, which is facing sort of a bit to the closer to the west than the south, well, you can see the Shard. The second building in from the left after the big white thing that's sort of close to us is the sort of main tower at Canary Wharf, which is a very long way away, and Shard's a long way away, but Canary Wharf's even further. You can see the London Eye there. Marble Arch Station, there's an entrance down there, and if we come round, there's another entrance down there, which is the one I'd usually come out of. And it's a much shorter walk. Apparently that's the Hard Rock Hotel. Since living in London, I don't really worry so much about hotels, except for ones people might want to stay in when they're visiting. So let's carry on. Oh, there's a child's voice was pointing out behind me. The thing up there, which is the highest thing, and sort of directly ahead, is the BT Tower. It was originally designed to have a load of microwave dishes on it to get sort of instant high-speed communication from the centre of London to the outskirts without having to dig endless holes in the ground. And now they've got all the holes in the ground full of fibre optics, so they don't need it to do that. So it's just a tower really. It has a rotating restaurant at the top that the IRA blew up and only opens almost never since then, but every now and then they open it briefly and you can sort of sit there and rotate around and enjoy the view. If you see the Marble Arch Station down there, that's actually at the very west end on the north side of Oxford Street, one of the main shopping streets, and which just trundles off that way, and there's a building called Centre Point at the other end, which you can't see because the surrounding stuff's really just too big. And I'm not sure what else there is to see. I'll come back round here, but it's very steep sides, as you can see. And I think this is probably the nicest view across Hyde Park. And that is me walking up the Marble Arch Mound for the second time. You can get free tickets online at, well, you just type in Marble Arch Mound, I'm sure it will take you there. And picked a nice day for it as well. which nicer than the forecast suggested. Oh, and lots of tourists going past in their buses. Anyway, there you go. Enjoy.